This is the Flowmaster Outlaw Series dual exhaust system with the polished tips, and it is available for all 2020 and newer Silverado or Sierra 2500 and 3500 trucks, powered by the Gasser 6.6 liter V8. Now you should be checking out the Outlaw series from Flowmaster if you're looking to absolutely crank the volume on your gas-powered rig, along with getting something that's going to deliver a full stainless steel build for longevity. Now the Outlaw will feature a combination of both 3 and 3.5 inch mandrel bent tubing, along with a different side or rear exit configuration possible, all for right around that low $1,000 price point. Now, right out of the gate, there are a few features I really dig here at the Outlaw series from Flowmaster, but of course the number one feature when talking about an exhaust is sound. Listen, if you want your truck to be heard and are not shy about overall volume, the Outlaw will always be in my top 5 systems to consider here at AmericanTrucks.com. And listen, as you guys heard with our sound clips at the very start of this video, the Outlaw absolutely delivers in the volume department. In fact, so much so that I'm gonna go soft 5 out of 5 here, guys. Yes, a full pull thanks to the Outlaw series, because let's face it, the Super 10 is the company's most aggressive muffler, and that does come through with the revs. Now, this is definitely one of those systems where the volume does tend to creep into the cab a little bit here under full boogie, more so when hooked up and the truck is under load. So if you do a lot of towing or the type of owner that pulls a lot of weight, this is something to keep in mind, as it might enter the cab a little bit more frequently and with a little bit more frequency that might drive you a little crazy. On the other hand, listen, if you're not bothered by sound, you want to be loud, well then the Outlaw will certainly live up to its name. All right, moving into construction, and there is a lot to like here with the Flowmaster, starting with materials. Now you are looking at a full stainless steel build here from tip to tip. In fact, 409 grade stainless to be specific, and that is good enough and solid enough to get a long-term limited lifetime warranty from Flowmaster. Now piping is gonna be a combination of both 3 and 3.5 inch tubing, and that tubing does lead into and out of the Flowmaster Super 10 series muffler. Again, responsible for shaping that very aggressive sound. Friendly reminder, this is the muffler. It's the Super 10. It is the company's most aggressive, so that gives you a little indication on what you're in for here with your 6.6 liter V8. Now that leads me to the tips, and in this case we've got the dual 4-inch tips, polished, the more traditional look of course. You can grab this with a more aggressive black tip if that's something you prefer instead. And this is maybe one of the best features that I like about this system besides the aggressive tone, and that is the fact that owners can set this system up to be straight out the back or straight out the sides behind those rear tires. Now, Flowmaster does recommend owners who tow a lot to kind of kick these things out the side behind those tires, whereas if you go straight out the back, it does kind of limit your clearance for the trailer or hooking up. Something to consider, but they're one of the only companies out there that offer that flexibility, and they include all the piping needed to do this pretty easily, so that's pretty cool. It's definitely something to note. Finally, guys, Flowmaster does kick in all of the necessary hangers and clamps needed for a pretty pain-free install. We'll show you that here in a bit. Moving into price point, and the Flowmaster will land around $1,000, give or take a little bit here, which I would say is gonna be on the more low to maybe even mid-level on the pricing spectrum, especially when comparing this to other 409 grade stainless systems out there, such as the MagnaFlow, for instance, which will come in a good bit more than the Flowmaster we have here. That being said, there are also a few 304 grade systems out there, which is a slightly nicer material overall, but ultimately you will be paying for that, as those often run at least $500 more than the Flowmaster here, while getting a comparable lifetime warranty. So definitely something to consider if you want loud but full stainless around $1,000. This is definitely worth checking out. All right, last but not least, let's talk install. And the Flowmaster, according to the site, is gonna get a strong 1 out of 3 wrenches on the difficulty meter, taking you, I would say, at least an hour, maybe a little bit more, to get in place from start to finish. But now to give you a better idea of how this one might go down on your gasser at home, let's throw it out to the shop for our detailed walkthrough and tool breakdown.
For this install, you will need an impact, various sized ratchets, 13 and 15 millimeter sockets, 13 and 14 millimeter ratcheting wrenches, a regular 14 millimeter wrench, hanger removal tool, an air hammer, some penetrating lubricant, Also not shown here is a pole jack and an extra set of hands. Today we're going to be doing an exhaust on our Sierra, so let's get started. Alright guys, so we've got the truck in the air, and the first thing we're going to do is get the nuts off of our flange studs. They are 15 millimeters, so we've got our 15 millimeter socket and extension on our ratchet. I highly recommend, if your truck is higher mileage or in the Northeast like us or somewhere else that gets salty in the winter and a bit rusty, spray your studs down with penetrating lubricant before you begin. Got one up top. Alright guys, so ours is pretty stubborn. We actually did snap our lower stud off, which is okay. It's not the end of the world. We've got a larger ratchet with our 15 mil in extension. We're going to attempt to get our upper stud nut off. Now if that one snaps as well, it's kind of a good thing. It makes it easier at this point. And we ended up snapping both, which, like I said, is not the end of the world. Actually makes it easier. Last thing you want to do is strip out a nut and have to cut these off. So this is better than what we expected. So now that we have our studs free, we're going to start removing all of our hangers from our factory isolators. To do that, we've got our hanger removal tool. We also did spray these down with some penetrating lubricant as well. It's going to allow for these to come out a little bit easier. So we get in here and get these out. Way. Now we'll get our hanger at our muffler inlet side. Now we've got a pole jack supporting our muffler. We'll get the two outlet side hangers off. Alrighty guys, so now I've got an extra set of hands holding the front of the exhaust. We've got our pole jack out. I'm going to get this last hanger out, and then we'll slide our exhaust out over the axle. Now, since we did break our studs off, we are going to have to address that. Luckily, these are just kind of press in. They're not welded or anything on the back. So if you take a large hammer and give these a few taps, they should come right out. All right guys, so ours are being a little bit stubborn, and if that's the case with yours, you can grab an air hammer, or if you don't have access to an air hammer, keep your large hammer and get a torch, heat up your flange a little bit, just enough to release that. We're gonna use our air hammer and get these out. Now once we have that first one out, we'll do the same thing for the other one. Alrighty guys, so now we are ready to start installing our new system. Now as you noticed from the uninstall, we had to air hammer our studs out. Now that is optional for some exhausts, however for this exhaust that is actually part of the install because your kit does come with new hardware that we're going to be using. So you definitely want to air hammer those out. Regardless if you snapped your nuts off or your studs, you're going to need to get those out. So we've got our new provided hardware for our flange. I'm going to send those through from the back side, just like so. Now that we've got those two through, I'm going to grab our mid pipe. This does come with two hangers on it. We're going to line those up with our factory isolators and get our 2-bolt flange lined up with our bolts we just installed. In through the isolators, just like that. We can line our bolts up all the way through. It's going to help hold this in place. On our bolts, we're going to add in our flat washer, our lock washer, and our nut. We just want to get these hand tight for the time being. All right, now that we have our mid pipe on, we're going to install our muffler. So So we've got one of our provided slip joint clamps. That'll be your 3.5-inch one. I'm gonna get that over our inlet side. I'm gonna slide this on. Make sure that gets fully seated. All right, so now we're gonna install our passenger side outlet section first. So we're gonna grab our provided clamp, get it on the passenger side of our outlet. Now, one thing to note is you want these clamps to be opposing each other. You don't want to try to get both clamps on the inside here. It's just not gonna work out well. Pop these in place. That's fully on. Now we can get our passenger side outlet over axle section in. So we're gonna feed this up and over. Get our isolator and hanger lined up. You may have to get it in the slip joint first. Kind of help hold it. And we'll get our hanger into our isolator. And we can line this up from the other side and get our other isolator in as well. And we'll get our rear isolator and hanger lined up. Now before we can install our crossover and driver's side outlet, we're gonna need to move our spare tire retainer bungee. If you have one of these, not every truck has them. If you do, you're gonna have to unclip the bungee from here. And we're just simply gonna move it up here. Lock that into place so it's out of the way for the outlet. Our next step is gonna be to install our provided driver's side hanger and isolator bracket. Obviously we don't have a factory dual exhaust, so we will need to add this in. We're gonna grab our bolt, our hanger, and isolator. This is gonna go through the hole right behind your rear cross member. There is pretty much an exact bolt size hole right behind here. You get that through like so. And on the other side of that, you wanna grab your large square washer, regular washer, lock washer, and your provided nut. Now we are just going to leave this hand tight for the moment because we may need to move this around to get our hanger on our outlet into this. Makes it a little bit easier. So now we'll get our driver's side outlet and crossover into our muffler. So again, we're going to grab our clamp, get onto our slip joint. We'll grab our crossover tube, put this up, get it into our isolator, line it up with our slip joint. Get that seated into place. Now we can get our driver's side outlet in place. Once again, we'll grab a clamp, get that over our slip joint, get this lined up with our crossover tube, mark that on. Sometimes they are a little tight. Come over here, get that isolator in. Now we're going to begin tightening everything down so we can have everything in place for our tips and outlets. The first thing we're going to do is tighten down our hanger bracket. So we need a 14mm wrench for our bolt head, a 14mm ratchet wrench for our nut. You'll see that'll bring it into position quite nicely. Now we're going to come back to our 2-bolt flange and we'll start tightening down our piping and clamps from here. This is going to ensure that everything is nice and straight and we can adjust on our way back if we need to. So for our 2 flange bolts, we're going to grab a 14mm wrench, a 14mm ratcheting wrench, and tighten these down. You do want to tighten these down evenly as possible. Now we're going to tighten down our muffler inlet and outlet clamps. For that, we're going to grab our 15mm socket on our impact. And we'll get our driver's side outlet clamp tight. Alrighty guys, so your kit comes with the option of either rear or side outlets. We're gonna show you how to install both of them. We're gonna install the rear outlets first. That's gonna be your little S-bend tubes right here. So we're gonna grab our provided clamp, get that over our slip joint. It's gonna go onto our outlet. That's fully seated. Now we're gonna snug this clamp, but we're not gonna fully tighten it because we wanna be able to move it around as we need to adjust where our tip's gonna sit, but we also want it to be tight enough to hold the tip once we install that. Grab our 15mm socket. Now you do wanna watch out for your leaf spring right here. We're gonna put this at an angle where it's not gonna hit it. Snug, but still can move. Now we can install our tip. Slide that on. Now you do have a little bit of leeway if you want these poking out more or more flush. We're gonna leave ours right about flush with our bumper. You want that slash cut to be facing upwards. Once you're happy with your fitment, first thing we're gonna do is fully tighten this clamp. You wanna hold your tip because it tends to bounce around a little bit. Lock that in place. Now we're gonna tighten down our clip clamp bolt with our 13mm socket on our ratchet and a 13mm wrench. I highly recommend using hand tools for this, as you don't want to strip or break your clamp in the process. Now once you have this side installed, all you need to do is match up the other side and install it the same exact way. All right, so now we're gonna install our side exit option. That's gonna be your almost 90-degree bend. Once again, we're gonna grab our clamp, slide that over our slip joint, and onto our outlet. We're gonna get this relatively where we want it, snug down our clamp. Now we can install our tip. Slide this on. We're gonna bring ours up just a little bit. Clamp fully tightened. Make sure our slash cut is facing upwards. And we'll grab our 13mm socket, 13mm wrench. Tighten this clamp down. And once you got this side on, you want to do the same thing for the other side and match it up. Alrighty folks, that about wraps up our review and install of our Flowmaster Outlaw dual exhaust system with polished tips and side or rear exit for your 20 to current 6.6 liter gas Sierra and Silverado 2500 and 3500 HD. Thanks for watching, and as always, for everything Sierra, keep it right here at AmericanTrucks.com.